Hey guys, this is Karthik from Apex Finsaw again, and I'm back with your daily dose of charts for tomorrow's trading session. Today was the expiry, and talking about the watch list that we discussed yesterday. Well, watch list we had no triggers that watch list, but on the personal trading side of things, to be very honest, I was not able to trade the indices. But as per the analysis that we discussed yesterday, we had pretty bearish outlooks on the indices, and well, they work like a charm. But I did have a couple of pre-placed orders on the equity side of things, and they gave a pretty clean target. So I had a good green trading session overall, even without heavy participation in the expiry itself. So I hope you guys are on the same side of things with me, and you are on the green side as well, obviously. Now talking about what's new for tomorrow, starting with the first one is a repetition of yesterday's, that is ACC, but this time we are on the other side. Yesterday we had a long at 1650. This time we are on the other side with a short at 1690 because we have previous swing points as well as a strong supply zone there. Stop loss at 1710, just above all time high, and ideal targets 1% on the downside. The second one is Hindustan Unilever, where we can see there's a big violent break of the previous swing high as well as multiple resistance broken in one swift up move. Generally these up moves are not really sustained immediately, but they tend to have small periodic pullbacks. So what we have is a long trade at a pullback at 2175, stop loss at 2150, and ideal targets 1% on the upside. Moving to the third one, that is Torrent Pharma. Now, after a long time we are taking a breakout trade here because it has made strong higher highs, but it also has one big resistance to cross, that is 2650. So if it crosses and closes above that level on a time frame such as like 15 minutes, 30 minutes or 1 hour, then you can go for an aggressive long entry above 2650, stop loss at 2625, ideal targets 1% on the upside. The fourth is Sun Pharma, where I told you guys the gap has been filled, so it should technically go up now, right? Continuing the higher low formation. So now we are going to go for a long at 505 at the nearest support level, as well as the swing low that it had, which should now act as support now since it has been broken. So the entry is at 505, stop loss at 499, just under 500, and ideal targets 1% on the upside. The final equity chart that we have is Maruti, where we are going to go for a slightly aggressive short position at 6900, which is a previous support level, now broken on the downside, has already been acting as resistance. You can see it acted as resistance on 12th, which is today. So we have a short at that very level, stop loss at 6975, and ideal targets 1% on the downside. Now moving on to the indices, my favorite part, as you are already aware of by now if you are regular viewers of the channel. So starting with the first one we have is Nifty. Now on Nifty we don't really have a lot of entry points, but rather a small range between 12,620 all the way till 12,730, 12,740. So it's like 110 points covered range where Nifty is going to be range bound. If it breaks either side of that range, you can go for a strong directional entry, because this seems to have gone into a range bound or a TR based phase or a trading range based phase, wherein we have also started to observe range contraction. So it might be preparing for a breakout, so it's safer to go for directional breakout trades rather than ping pong trades at support and resistance levels. When we talk about the option chain, we have resistance immediate at 12,700 with 785,000 added contracts, significant at 12,800 with 441,000 added contracts. On the support side, you have 12,600 with 770,000 added contracts, significant at 12,500 with 582,000 added contracts. Now the PCR comes out to be at 0.94, which is pretty bearish. So on Nifty, to be honest, you can go for shorts under 12,600 and long about 12,775, 12,750. But in the middle of that, for me at least, there is no particular high quality entry. Moving on to the second index that we have is BANKNIFTY. BANKNIFTY has closed at an important zone, that is 28,200 to 28,75 to 85. If it is sustained, we'll be back to 28,500, 28,600. If it's not sustained, then we can target this gap fill to be a primary target, which is going to be at least about 400-500 points move either side. So again, yahan pe bhi it's more of a wait and watch. You have to wait at least for the first 30 to 45 minutes when the day starts, so that you are actually able to come up with a bias whether you have to go on the long side or on the downside. That is something that we cannot predetermine the bias, especially when it has closed directly at the zone, because interaction candles, we need them to actually be there. Now moving on to the option chain, we have resistance immediate at 28,500 with 290,000 added contracts, significant at 29,000 with 321,000 added contracts. On the support side, we have 28,000 with 167,000 added contracts, significant at 27,500 with 156,000 added contracts. The key thing is the PCR volume comes out to be at 0.79, which is funnily neutral. So whereas Nifty ka PCR volume is bearish, Bank Nifty is neutral. So both of them seem to be on slightly different pages, or maybe even say different sections of the same page. Who knows? But well, let's see what happens tomorrow. Now this marks the end of today's video, guys. Tomorrow is Dhanteras, so I wish you guys a very happy Dhanteras, and I hope you guys have a really happy Diwali, which is over the weekend too. I will try my best to upload a nice video on Elliott waves as I promised last weekend, but to be quite frank, I forgot that Saturday ko Diwali hoga. So no promises. If there are some functions or puja, I'll have to miss that. I'm sorry, but I will try my best to record and upload it. But nonetheless, I wish you guys, from the bottom of my heart, a very happy Diwali and a prosperous coming new year for you. And I hope that we get a chance to grow together as well, along with the Apex family too. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and thank you so much for supporting the channel. I really appreciate all the comments, likes and shares that we have been getting. I could not really ask for a better Diwali than this. As usual, coming back to the technical side, as usual, if you want all the charts, you can find it at the Telegram channel @ApexSpencer. And since you are here at the end of this video still with me watching, you might as well like the video, leave a good comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and press that bell notification as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Let's end the week on a green note. Have a good night. Bye.